Abyssal Murmurs. Lately, I've been trying to send you stories every day, but I feel like a large number of people who have signed up almost never come back to listen to the stories. I don't know where that is. Make you unhappy. I hope to receive comments and suggestions from you. And if you find the video good, please give me a like to give me more motivation. For those who have not yet subscribed, don't forget to click the subscribe button and press notification bell to wait for the next story. Now let's get into the story. Story 1. In 1994, Columbia University's WKC R89.9 radio station's signal was hijacked, and a strange, demonic, cheer-like sound and breathing replaces the music. A few minutes in, a voice starts reading lines of what appears to be obituaries, including the name of Robert Oppenheimer, who was considered to be the creator of the atomic bomb. This hijacked recording is referred to as the old tape. The original audio clip entered circulation on the internet via an anonymous 4chan user in March of 2013. In his post, he said, "Back in 1994, or 1995, when I recorded this off the radio, I told myself I'd never make a copy of the tape, having freaked myself out. But it's been sitting in the back of a desk drawer and the back of my mind for 16 years now. And now I'm just curious." The weird stuff starts at about 16 seconds in. Around 1995, I was about 15. I used to stay up late in my room, listening to the radio on a boombox with an integrated tape recorder. I'd dial through the stations, and when I heard something interesting, I'd hit record for a while and then move on. One night, I came across this. I don't think this was the beginning of the broadcast, but I caught a lot of it. Right at the end, an announcer says that the station I was tuned into was UKC R89.9 New York. There are a bunch of names and dates in there, but I've never run into anything else like this. The following interruption is definitely creepy to say the least, and would no doubt be downright terrifying to someone driving home late at night listening to this station. You're tuned to WKC RFM New York, 89.9 on your dial. Colombian music is running a little late. It will be starting in a few minutes. There are theories as to what this actually was. For example, some believe the listener accidentally tuned into a numbers station. However, others contradict this theory by stating they also witnessed the hijacking 13 years ago. Either way, 13 years later, the source for this hijacking remains unidentified. Story 2. On November 18th, 1978, the Jonestown Massacre took more than 900 members of an American cult known as the People's Temple. Well, more specifically, those 900 and something members took their own lives in this mass suicide murder under the direction of their leader, Jim Jones. Jones was a preacher who founded a racially integrated church in Redwood Valley, California. He wanted to make a communist community, so he bought some land in Guyana and moved with his followers to his new settlement, where he founded Jonestown. In Jonestown, living conditions were hellish, and because of the use of armed guards, people were not allowed to leave, or just too scared to attempt to. What's not too well known about this massacre is that a lot of people who took part in the mass suicide were not completely willing to go through with it. Jones was a very controlling leader, and later proved to be very dangerous as well. After many years of moving settlements, and because of the negative media attention he was gaining, Jones moved with all of his followers to the Guyanese jungle, where he promised nothing but a utopian community in his newly founded town. It was proven just how dangerous and crazy Jones really was on November 18th, 1978, when a U.S. representative named Leo Ryan went to Jonestown to investigate claims of abuse in Jones' settlement when he and 4 of his representatives were shot dead by Jonestown gunmen. That same day, Jones ordered his followers to ingest poison-laced punch while armed guards stood by. In other words, Jones, out of fear from U.S. retaliation, scared his followers into thinking that suicide was the only option. Those who refused were encouraged and even threatened by armed guards. There is no video footage of the event that's viewable online, but the audio recording of the event is captured in full. It's about an hour long, and at the start of it, you can hear Jones trying to ease his speech into pitching the idea of a mass suicide to his captive followers. In the background throughout the recording, you can hear applauding mixed with crying from both adults and children, dogs barking, and the slow and eventual fading out of all background noises as people fall dead one by one as Jones finishes up his speech. Every child and even every pet was forced to ingest the poison. Even listening to bits and pieces of the recording can be sickening, especially after knowing the real evilness behind the whole story. How very much I've loved you. How very much I've tried my best to give you a good life. The world, the kingdom, suffers violence, and the violence shall take it by force. If we can't live in peace, then let's die in peace. We've been so betrayed. We have been so terribly betrayed. I said, I'm afraid to die. I don't think you are. By no means. I don't think you are. But I look at our babies and I think they deserve to live. I agree. You know. But also, they deserve. What's more, they deserve peace. We all came here for peace. And have we had it? No. I've tried to give it to you. I've laid down my life practically. I've practically died every day to give you peace. And you've still not had any peace. You look better than I've seen you in a long while. But it's still not the kind of peace that I wanted to give you. Persons of Food continues to say that you're winning when you're losing. I'm not letting them take your child. Can you let them take your child? Do you want to see John die? What's that? Do you mean you want to see John, the little one who can't die? I want to see. Peace, 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 peace. At one time, I felt just like Christine felt. But after today, I don't feel anything because the biggest majority of the people that left here were white. And I know it really hurt my heart because it broke your heart, didn't it? It broke my heart to think that all these years that these white people have been with us and they're not a part of us. So we might as well end it now because I don't see. The congressman has been murdered. Please get us some medication. It's simple. It's simple. There's no convulsions with it. It's just simple. Just please get it. Before it's too late, the GDF will be here. I tell you, get moving, get moving, get moving. They aren't crying from pain. It's just a little bitter tasting, but they're not crying out of any pain. We've set an example for others. We've set 1,000 people who say we don't like the way the world is. Please stop. Take our life from us. We laid it down. We got tired. We didn't commit suicide. We committed an act of revolutionary suicide, protesting the conditions of an inhumane world. Story 3. The Grizzly Man Recording. Timothy Treadwell, also known as the Grizzly Man, was an American bear enthusiast and founder of an organization called Grizzly People, which is a bear protection group. Timothy, as well as his girlfriend Amy Huguenard, hated seeing bears in captivity and loved seeing and being with them in their natural habitats. In fact, their love and fascination with bears was so great that he and she both dedicated 13 straight years during the summer months to visiting Katmai National Park to actually live alongside the grizzly bears. Timothy, in his late years, started gaining a bit of fame, as well as some infamy. Many people criticized the couple's practices and their lack of safety measures taken. Many argued that the bears should be left alone and are not an animal that humans should try to bond with. Others were more concerned with their lack of safety measures taken when in the presence of bears, for example, lacking any weapons that could be used in a self-defense scenario. If I show weakness, if I retreat, I may be hurt, I may be killed. I must hold my own if I'm going to stay within this land. For once there is weakness, they will exploit it. They will take me out. They will decapitate me. They will chop me into bits and pieces. I'm dead. But so far, I persevere. Now the couple usually stayed with the bears until late September, but in 2003, Treadwell and his girlfriend decided to stay in the park for an extra week into October in order to locate a bear that they had not seen the whole summer. This was a very bad idea, as grizzly bears tend to become more aggressive in the fall months as they begin to fatten up for hibernation. They were even warned by friends not to stay longer than they had originally planned, but they ignored this logical advice, which later proved to be a fatal mistake. During the first few days of this extension, Timothy spoke with friends, saying the bears were acting fine. However, the day a plane was sent to pick up the couple, it was discovered that Timothy and Amy had been mauled with about half of their bodies eaten by the grizzly bears. Rangers found and shot dead a grizzly guarding the camp when they arrived. After killing this bear, a smaller bear charged at them, and they killed it as well. Moments before the mauling, Timothy's girlfriend turned on a video camera which captured the complete audio of the attack. No video was captured, though. The screen on the original clip was completely black, as the camera was either in a bag or had its lens cap on. However, the audio alone is enough to give anybody chills. Throughout most of the recording, you can hear Treadwell's screams of agony as he is mauled by the bear, which he named the Grinch. Closer to the end, Treadwell is heard being dragged away by the bear, and Amy's screams turn from reactive to screams of pain and agony, as well as one of the bears catches her as she endures the same gruesome death as her now dead boyfriend. If you're interested in learning more about Timothy Treadwell's story, there is a documentary called Grizzly Man that goes into detail about the whole tragedy. Thank you for always supporting the channel and welcoming its videos. Wishing you good health, and remember to subscribe to the channel to achieve 1,000 subscriptions.